In the autumn of 1843, during a routine canal excavation in southern Ohio, workers uncovered something unusual buried deep beneath layers of compacted clay. At first glance, it appeared to be a massive stone disk. But as more soil was removed, its shape revealed deliberate design, concentric rings carved with remarkable precision. The object was not decorative. It was structured, measured, engineered. And according to later descriptions, its inner markings appeared to terminate at a single fixed point in time, a date that modern interpretation would align with the year 2030. The discovery was briefly recorded, then quietly forgot. Today, almost nothing official remains. No preserved artifact, no verified study, only fragments of references, and a mystery that refuses to disappear. To understand the discovery, we must first understand the world in which it appeared. Mid-19th century America was expanding rapidly. Canals connected rivers, towns, and trade routes. Thousands of laborers reshaped landscapes by hand, cutting through soil that had remained untouched for centuries. Archaeology as a scientific discipline barely existed. Workers were builders, not historians. Objects uncovered during construction were often discarded, sold, or simply ignored. Yet some discoveries stood apart. Objects that seemed too precise, too unusual to dismiss easily. The Ohio mechanism appeared to be one of them. Witness accounts described a circular stone nearly 4 feet in diameter. Its surface contained multiple concentric bands, each separated by narrow grooves. Symbols filled these rings in repeating sequences, suggesting calculation rather than decoration. The stone itself reportedly differed from local geology, raising questions about its origin. Some observers compared the structure to astronomical instruments, devices designed to track celestial movement. Outer rings appeared cyclical, resembling known lunar or seasonal patterns. But the innermost ring behaved differently. Instead of repeating, the markings converged toward a final endpoint. A calendar, perhaps, but one that stopped. Since ancient times, civilizations have attempted to measure time. The Egyptians tracked solar cycles using shadow and stone. The Maya constructed complex calendars aligning mathematics with astronomy. Medieval scholars mapped the heavens to predict seasons and eclipses. Nearly all calendars shared one principle: repetition. Time was viewed as a cycle: planting, harvest, winter, renewal. A calendar that ends challenges this idea entirely. Instead of measuring recurring seasons, it suggests a countdown, a movement toward a singular moment. A brief newspaper mention reportedly acknowledged the discovery shortly after excavation. Days later, a correction appeared, minimizing the event. Field notes referenced by later researchers could not be located. The supervising engineer's journal contained an unexplained gap: 11 missing days. Photographs were said to exist, yet none survived in public archives. When excavation resumed, the object had been removed. The clay impression was filled, leaving no visible trace. Construction continued as if nothing unusual had occurred. Without physical evidence, interpretations vary widely. Some believe the object may have been misidentified, perhaps a millstone or industrial component mistaken for something ancient. Others argue the precision described exceeds typical tools of the period. A third possibility suggests symbolic construction, an artifact representing philosophical or astronomical ideas rather than literal prediction. History contains many examples of misunderstood objects later explained through context lost to time. Yet uncertainty itself keeps the mystery alive. Not every discovery becomes history. Throughout the 19th century, countless artifacts were lost through neglect, relocation, or simple lack of documentation. Institutions prioritized objects that fit established narratives. Items difficult to classify were sometimes ignored rather than studied. Over decades, memory fades faster than stone. A discovery without preservation becomes rumor, and rumor eventually becomes legend. The association with the year 2030 emerged only through later interpretation. No confirmed source proves the mechanism predicted an event. Yet humans naturally search for meaning in endings. Dates become symbols, reflections of hope, fear, or change. Whether coincidence or imagination, the idea of a calendar reaching its final mark continues to provoke curiosity. Perhaps the true mystery is not the object itself, but our reaction to it. Humanity has always measured time, searching for patterns within uncertainty. A wheel that turns reassures us that tomorrow will resemble yesterday. But a wheel that stops invites a different question. Not when the world ends, but how we choose to understand the passage of time itself. The Ohio mechanism may be lost, yet its story remains, suspended between history and imagination.